much easier on all parties if you just state I wanted to. That way
Mm-hmm.
we can just move on versus having what white people call due process
Mm.
or what the legal system call due process, which is white people. What? Like, man, rub her face in that freaking penis and say, no, no, you don't do that. Smack her hand. No, you don't do that.
with it.
Yeah, smack her hand with the penis. No, you don't do that. Don't. You
I like
freaking
to.
retard. And now go in the corner. Go in the corner and think about the penis you was just touching.
Right.
Like, jeez, man.
You get more perverted than she
I mean, low key.
Think about what you just did.
For real.
Exactly. Think about that.
Like, that's not
As a matter of fact,
embarrassing to talk about.
here's a sheet of paper. Right, I would not touch a penis voluntarily again. I would not touch a penis voluntarily again.
Every time.
100 times, man. Let's move on because, whew, civilization. Now, here's something I want to. I've been thinking about. Sex. Is it a program thing, or is it natural?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
I think he began as a natural thing, and then
It's definitely natural because that's how we're all created. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's natural off rip.
let's go up the natural thing. The naturalness of it being that it's just there for reproduction. That's the naturalness of it. Just there for reproduction. Because it's not supposedly it's not supposed to be for anything else other than reproduction. No pleasure in it at all, even though it's pleasurable while you're reproducing.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. But as far as the programming, I think it's a program thing because, well, at least now it's a program thing because
It's everywhere.
not only is it everywhere, yeah, it's everywhere, but not only that, you got kids that's not even in grade school yet with sex implemented into their lives in some various form.
Just like us, like when we were kids, like every generation. Yeah.
Just like the women's
Yeah.
sport. It's like I feel like that, and there's so many answers to that question because like it is very like vibrant and huge throughout life itself. And like I also feel like just chemically in your brain, because of the hormones and like the pleasure hormones or whatever that's going off when you're doing it, like I feel like as because of our society doing it, like everything is just so easy to us, and we're learning different ways of how to like satisfy that need and that pleasure, to where like sex is just one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, I can do this because I like that feeling. And it's just like it's chemically programmed. And like I feel like it's also like society has programmed it to be like so popular or so like I'm not sure, like, yeah, so
like it's not even, it used to be like considered a something for married people. Like people don't even put that in the conversation on.
I thought about this. Let's take Adam and Eve for example, or just take a male and a female baby from birth, put them in a room where they have absolutely no communication with anything outside. The only thing they're thinking about for the most part that I can think of right now is that where is this food coming from that we keep eating? They don't have no clothes. They don't have, again, no radio, no type of way to communicate with anything else other than themselves. Now we're gonna run into a whole heap of things here, like the motor skills for one. How are they going to be able to communicate, or what will we learn from them watching them learn how to communicate with themselves if they ever get around to it?
They'll definitely create something.
Yeah. Also, will they ever figure out what their genitalia is about
Mm-hmm.
and how
Right.
early
And
will
how
that
they can be
happen
used and all of that.
and how they can be used without anything? Again, only thing that they keep doing, probably in the thinking process is where is this food magically coming from? Where they're not thinking about magic because again, we're they don't know nothing about anything outside world. They just in this
Mm-hmm.
box, in this room where it's a bed, maybe I will hope to make it comfortable for them. You got a bed, all this stuff, so they won't be laying around on the floor and all this junk. You got, but still,
But they don't know what
nobody,
comfort is.
nobody taught to them.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody give them any literature. Nobody give them any access to the outside world, meaning no TV, no radio, no pictures,
Mm-hmm.
no anything.
Mm-hmm.
And probably, hey, throwing beds and stuff probably will ruin the experiment as well. But I just say that just because it's already humane talking about
My
what we're talking
brain
about.
is like running on this. Like I like that's one. I feel like they will learn eventually as they
Yeah.
grow. I don't
Mhm.
know when, because I think like curiosity is the main thing that really like pushes people to learn things. And well,
Mhm.
obviously, but like I feel one they probably will actually be doing it a lot more once they get to that point where they figure it out because like
Mhm.
Oh,
if they
definitely.
don't have a lot of like pleasure things around them and when they finally get to that point where it's like because like he will start to get erect and he's
That's
like
all they gonna be
huh
doing.
yeah exactly it's like
That's all they
okay
gonna be
let's just
doing.
do all of this all the time like it's making us feel good it's just a matter I guess it will happen but it's just
Then it ain't gonna
when
be enough room in there for all the babies.
that's an interesting scenario.
Yeah, it is an interesting scenario because for one,
That is
nothing's been programmed into them
Mm-hmm.
whatsoever.
nothing.
No, there's no fruit being bitten to
Chemically they'll
Right.
be
unlock
programmed
awareness, huh?
when they first do it, they're going to be chemically programmed because when they do
Oh
it,
yeah.
they're going to be like, wait a minute, that feels really good compared to all these other things that we've been doing, which is limited. So they're like, let's do it
Hmm.
again.
Yeah,
And that's
that's why
that
once it
chemical
Hmm.
side.
happens, they gonna yeah.
That got to be the end of the experiment. It has to be the end of the experiment right there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just like that's how it is with humans. Period. Though when it comes to that,
Mm-hmm.
But no, hold on. See, but no. See, right there, right there. Well, wait a minute. What you mean? That's how it is. What you mean? Let me before I get you.
once a young man
Okay,
figures that
okay,
out
okay.
and a young woman figures that that's what they want to do.
Yeah, but at the same time, they already get a
An
some form of
idea of
imaginary male
yeah,
idea
yeah,
on how
definitely.
it may feel. Because again, you got guys in the freaking or matter of fact, not guys, you got people in the third grade talking about, man,
Mm-hmm.
when I get this coochie, or talking
Bro,
about
that
how
was
much
us,
coochie they
bro.
get,
You
and
already
blah blah
know that.
blah, and this and that. I'm
You
like, dude,
know
you
that
don't
was
even know what it
us.
is you're talking about. You have
Mm-hmm.
Right.
zero idea what it is you're talking about, but yet here you are boasting about something, and you're so excited
That's how
about
we
getting
were.
something that you never had. You're chasing something. You're chasing something that you have zero idea about. Zero
Right. That's
idea
how we
about.
were. Not like us per se, but like Mario was the main was
Oh
the
yeah, oh
main
yeah,
dude.
oh yeah, oh yeah. The first time I spent the night
Mario
over
was
there,
too funny, man. Hey man, when you bust that cherry, that nigga be like, when you bust that,
you must have
like what?
look, the
Like what do
first
you
time I
know
spent the
about
night over
that, bro?
Mario's house, he put on a porno for us to watch. The first time I
Bro,
ever spent the night over
I wrote Mario on a rapper and a song like
there.
that. He used to bring that nigga used to
Yeah,
have the Playboy cards. He used to bring
yeah,
them
Oh,
home
that's
from
cool.
school.
yeah.
He used to listen to Easy Does It all day.
And look, I bet you when he was doing that and we were exposed to that from him, I bet you he never looked, touched, tasted a vagina
Hell no.
at all in person.
Never.
But yet this nigga is chasing it like he didn't, like he had it all the
Yeah,
time. And that's the
definitely.
programming of sex that I'm talking about. We have
Yes,
no
definitely.
idea what we're running after, but yet we boasting about it. We're chasing. We over here like bragging about all of this, about all this.
That's definitely programmed. Yeah.
Females too. And if we never had that idea in our head, would we ever get there to that point?
Oh, we
I,
would
I mean,
definitely get there.
I
We
know
would definitely
that
get there.
eventually, but again, how long would it take? And also, what would actually happen after that point? Would this cat go bonkers and just start taking it? Would this will I mean, what would happen after that point?
I also feel like the
It
conditioning
depends on who it is.
aspect also creates different type of sexualities. Because I know, like, for myself, like, I used to be a Tumblr kid. So I was all on Tumblr looking through all these pictures, different blogs, and I found a lot of, like, kink sites. And I was like, okay, like, I'm just constantly consuming that information. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm a kinkster. I'm into kink or whatever. But, like, it was because I was just exposing myself too much, like, into that. It became a part of me that I was technically, like, conditioned in a way.
I'm a version with fetishes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
right.
that's all you're seeing. That's all you're consuming. That is all you're consuming.
I'm a virgin, but I got a fetish out this world. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Right.
that don't
I can't
even-
wait for that
that's-
day.
I was like, and that sounds like you're being programmed to
Yeah,
be
definitely. I agree.
what society don't want you to be, and as we grown up now, what you don't need to be either.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what you don't need to be. So yeah, I think sex before 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 technology and
Mm.
shoot, man, I want to say a long before technology. I want to say way before American slavery. I want to say way before. I don't know how far back. I want to say before the biblical times were biblical.
Mm.
Even before then, I want to say that it's a program thing because how women get treated throughout history and in religion. Like you're not supposed to have pleasure whatsoever as a female. You're just supposed to take penis and take what we shoot inside you and incubate this until we come at you again.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's just how society is as far as female.
Right.
I'm now thinking about it again. I don't really think it's ever been a natural thing.
Everything. Life itself is a program.
Well, yeah, I think so. That's
Yeah.
a whole completely other episode to
Yeah.
talk about
And
that.
it's
But
up to you yourself to unprogram yourself. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
but the thing about
For
that
real.
is that the sad thing about that, and I think it's more regrets in many people's lives than they want to admit, opening up and realizing at a much earlier age than you did realize that
Mhm.
what you just said.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize they've been programmed until later in life. You know what I'm saying? Around
Yep.
this age. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. We're gonna close out on this because you gotta go, Cal. I'm just gonna put this in my head because I thought about this today. Like if we are created, is our instincts programs?
Like who we are, like who we become.
Like no, not just that, just the instincts on, like you said, survival instincts when that should kick in, flight or run type stuff.
Yeah,
The instinct to be a parent when we have offspring, the instinct to eat, the instinct, instincts, period. If we are created, does that mean our instincts are programs themselves? Like they have to instill that into us. And when we get to a certain area of our lives, they just become unlocked or something like that.
I feel like I mean, for the first set of people or creations, I can't speak, but for the people that can, like, generations later on, like our generation past, whatever, I feel like we are, because it really comes from like your upbringings, how you're raised, the society that you're in, the language that you're around, where you start to learn. Because like, for example, me, I was raised in like South Central, which is like a lot of gang violence, hookers, all that stuff. Because I lived in that